Hey everyone, Power Player on here, doing a brand new series on my channel. It's going to be a top 10 list of like anything pop culture, so you can kind of think like this is Watch Mojo, but Power Player on version. So I decided to call this series the Power 10. So to kick off this series, I am going to do top 10 favorite Nicktoons. So now remember, this is my opinion, so if you didn't see a Nicktoon that you liked, please share your thoughts in the comments below. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, at number 10, we have Doug. So it was one of the first Nicktoons to air on Nickelodeon, but then soon later went on to Disney. It was sweet, ethical, and wacky, while still maintaining sincerity. But the only reason why it's number 10 is because it didn't manage to escape the claustrophobic feeling that it had. But it is still considered one of the greats. So at number 9 is Rocko's Modern Life. Rocko's Modern Life really had that wow factor. It was like a scatterbrained show about a wallaby named Rocko. Dealing like he had to deal with like laundry, romance, and recycling, like all that weird stuff. And the show was open to a lot of innuendos, but that's what made the show great. So at number 8 we have the Angry Beavers. I think the Angry Beavers is an overlooked gem. I thought it was clever and mature. It had whip-smart dialogue, and it was ahead of its time for pop culture. So yeah, I kind of think it's a dark horse, but like I like it. So next up might be a shock to you. Number 7 is Cat Dog, and I know that a lot of people don't really like this show, mainly because it was kind of weird, like having an idea of a cat and a dog like mixed together. There was a lot of boredom, I could tell, lots of questions on how this idea even started. But I don't know, like it brings nostalgia to me because I remember watching it when I was a little kid. So yeah, Cat Dog at number 7. So at number 6 is The Fairly Odd Parents, which is a Nicktoon that is still going on today. I thought it was a pretty good show. I mean, like it was about a boy named Timmy who has fairly odd parents, like who give him wishes. And so I kind of like the premise of the story. Like it's packed with like life lessons about being happy with what you have. So I thought that's a good message. And yeah, number 6 is Fairly Odd Parents. Next up, at number 5, we have the Rugrats. The Rugrats was actually the longest running Nicktoon ever. It lasted for 13 years. So yeah, it was the longest running Nicktoon until another show that we're going to talk about took its place. The Rugrats had a lot of innocence in it, like since they were all just babies, and it is still fun to watch, even as an adult, and even since I'm a teenager. So yeah, 5 is Rugrats. So at number 4 we have Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold is kind of like Duck, but I think it's way better. I really liked Arnold. He was always a good-hearted kid, and he was always calm, and he was the same person of the group. So yeah, Hey Arnold was colorful and funny, and even though it was still a little bit melancholy, I still liked it. So yeah, number 4 is Hey Arnold. Kicking off at the top 3 is Invader Zim, which was a very weird show, but it was still good. It was kind of made for older children and younger adults, but for some reason it got canceled because it didn't have enough ratings. But yeah, it's a cult classic, and I like it very much. So yeah, Invader Zim, number 3. So next up at number 2 is Ren and Skippy. This is one of my very personal favorites. It was a very decisive show, well respected, even though it was kind of disgusting at the time. It was critically acclaimed for its sheer ambition and weirdness, and yeah, it's one of my favorite cartoons ever. So number 2 is Ren and Stimpy. Now, of course, I'd like to get into a few honorable mentions before we get to our number 1. So, what you're seeing here is still some of good Nicktoons that actually bring me a lot of nostalgia. But two of them that I'd actually like to talk about, one being Avatar. I actually haven't seen Avatar, but I know it's still a pretty good show, so I gave an honorable mention to that. Also, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the brand new one. I hear that it's also pretty good, even though I've only watched maybe a couple of episodes. But yeah, just to give a shout out to TMNT and Avatar. So number one is SpongeBob Squarepants. Yeah, yeah, SpongeBob. It really evolved into something really impressive. And even though like it's not really as good as it was like back in the early 2000s, like it's still enjoyable to watch. And like I remember watching this as a kid a lot, and it really brought me lots of nostalgia. So yep, there you go. There's my top 10 Nicktoons. If you didn't see any Nicktoons that you liked when you were a kid, please give a description in the comments below. If you like this video, please give a like, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.